Hi, I'm Larissa, and this is Soviet Childhood. For over 70 years, the Soviet Union seemed like an empire that would never go away. In the midst of a grim economic situation and political turmoil, the introduction of a McDonald's in the Soviet Union's capital, Moscow, foreshadowed change. By the next year, 1991, the Soviet Union would cease to exist. Incremental changes like vending machines with American brand sodas were made possible by President Gorbachev's reforms to the economy. The government ended the price controls of the past 7 decades, and these changes made to create a semi-free market system were known as Perestroika.
А чем сейчас взрослые занимаются в стране у нас?
Перестройкой.
А что это такое?
Когда все перестраиваются.
In this footage from 1986, Gorbachev implored the party to admit to past errors and become more transparent about the stagnated economy.
КПСС считает своим долгом честно и прямо сказать партии и народу о наших упущениях в политической и практической деятельности, неблагоприятных тенденциях в экономике и социально-духовной сфере о причинах таких явлений.
The increased transparency Gorbachev is speaking about was known as glasnost, which allowed for the press and civilians to speak more openly. Yet the changes did not take effect immediately. Like many Moscow children, 7-year-old Dima witnessed the stagnating economy through the scarcity in his local grocery store. Empty grocery store shelves became a major part of the visual memory of Soviet economic problems. With the ability to speak more freely because of the policy of glasnost, some republics began to seek independence from the Soviet Union. This refugee camp sprung up outside the Kremlin as a result of civil unrest for displaced families and children, like 7-year-old Pavel from Azerbaijan.
Я жил в Баку и родился, и наши там, вот когда водили войска, танки водили, вот когда, и они разбили нашу квартиру. Ни мебели не осталось, ничего. Стекло даже выбили. Мы лежали все время в ванной, валялись высунуть.
The political tensions within the Communist Party came to the doorstep of Muscovite families during the failed coup of 1991. Although the communist leaders who disagreed with Gorbachev's reforms failed to seize power, the Soviet Union still collapsed later that year. Political and economic uncertainty meant food insecurity for Dima in the grocery store and homelessness for Pavel. This footage of Dima eating questionably nutritious McDonald's, much like the photograph of children holding sugary Pepsi, suggests transformations achieved through the openness and restructuring of glasnost and perestroika have led to unintended consequences. Some former Soviet citizens harbor feelings of ambivalence and disappointment when recalling the era of perestroika, which suggests some economic and cultural changes have led to disillusionment.